lot better and a lot funner for us too is that we can actually start enjoying these things that we talk about
Hmm.
with the
Right.
public by letting them come in and
Yeah.
investigate with us.
Right.
Instead of just saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
because I've talked to a lot of people, or they've talked to me about what we do, and they say, "Man, that seems so much fun, but I'd be so scared." And well, now's your opportunity. Come and see
Yeah.
what we see. Come and do what we do.
Yeah, come see if it's really
Of
going to
course,
be
Right.
that scary to you.
I've had people want to go a little investigation with us, and now that they can, they're like, "Oh, I'm busy."
Well, mine
It's
is
like,
not so
"Come
much
check
I'm
it out
busy.
now."
I've had several
That's
people
a
go, "Well,
chicken.
I'm just scared of it, Lisa. I don't know if how I would react." So
Hmm. Yep. Well, my grandson comes with me, and he loves it. So there you go.
Well, we're really professional. If they don't think they can handle it, or if they start freaking out, we can take them somewhere where they can calm down, and then if they
and,
want to
and
come
you
back,
know,
they can.
and we tell them that
Yeah,
we
we've
will
Nothing.
we've
likely
dealt with
walk
things
you
like that
out. Don't
before.
run.
Yeah,
Don't do anything that would cause yourself to get hurt or really get completely scared. Just
yeah,
we can walk you out and into where it's
Hmm.
safe, and let you catch your breath, or whatever, until you feel
yeah.
better.
We've had a
Right.
couple of
Won't let
times
that happen.
investigators had to like leave the room or whatever just to calm down. I've had to do it once.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you wanted to talk about that, we can. It was actually the first time
Let's
I've ever
not.
seen someone have to
Let's
leave.
not.
I won't go too
Let's not talk
into
about
it, but it was the first time that I'd ever seen that, and
it.
it was right after we. I mean, well, it wasn't right after we started the team, but it was shortly after that. It'd been
Yeah,
a few
because
months.
you were like, "Whoa."
Yeah, because
Well,
it really affected him. I think so, but we won't talk about
Yeah.
what I
Hmm.
always tell people though, because we some of those shows, people watch some of those TV shows that just make me shake my head and pull my hair out. But they watch those shows and they say, "Oh well, gosh, I mean, and something was coming, or they captured something, or they got something, and they were so scared and they ran out there." And I said, "Max would fire us all if we ran out there.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
don't run."
that would be the end of
Yeah,
it.
he would have a
Yep.
conniption fit on us.
we've
So
never actually ran away from anything. We ran
no,
towards it.
Oh yeah.
ran.
There'd be a
Um,
burning at the stake
the light
Well,
somewhere.
the light came on at the old
Max,
hospital upstairs.
Yep.
That room
we
light just
all ran
turned
into
on.
that. But
Max
Woo!
was
That was
I
first.
was
funny.
also thinking about whenever we went to the submarine, and we
Yeah,
were there at the submarine in Arkansas,
Hmm.
and um, I said, "Let's go over here to this room," and I won't even give it away and tell this room and tell the backstory. But we go over to this room, and it's me, Max, and another investigator, and we walk over, or I walk over there, and I have everything in my hands. I set it down on the table, and I look up, and just the same time I look up, I see who I think is Max, which is this is my first actual real full body apparition. I've seen, I had seen at that time black shadows and things like that, but this was my first real apparition. And I look at the person. I said, "What is he doing?" And this other member was going, and couldn't get out what he was doing. And so
Right.
then I start yelling for Max, and he comes. And if anybody's ever been on a submarine, they're about this wide as far as what you have to walk down. And so Max comes up from behind.
well, I was charging my phone like
Yeah. And
damn near halfway across the submarine.
he said, "What are you yelling
Hmm.
at?" And I said, "You didn't just walk past that door?" And he said, "No." And I jump up and I take off running, and I'm trying to get to whatever I saw. And never, of course, I never caught it, but that was an amazing experience for me. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was super.
Hmm.
But
That was big. That was big.
Again, that's just a we run to, not from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the topic or the subject we were on with that one?
Intelligent, interactive, haunting activities are big. Yeah.
And you know, and a good chance. Now we're talking intelligent hauntings, but a good chance of what I saw could have been residual, which is why I never could get its attention. It walked right straight past. I just saw it. That's a good residual right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It was following
Right.
its old.
If it had
path.
walked up to you and said, "Hey, Lisa, how's it going?" That would have been intelligent.
I would have been. I would have been.
Yep.
Well,
All
here's
right,
the thing.
next.
You
Well,
would,
I
no
was saying,
doubt.
well, here's the thing. We all talk about wanting to, investigate, ghost hunt, whatever you want to call it. But what would we ever do if we actually caught one? Not like catch it, but we're able
Actually
to actually
interacted
interact
with?
and talk with it.
I would be
How would we
thrilled.
react?
I
to
would
it?
be asking all sorts of questions.
I'd be like, dude, why are you here? Why didn't you stay? I mean, tell me about heaven. That's what I'd be wanting to know.
Not question.
Are you going back and forth from heaven to here? Are you stuck
Yeah,
here?
absolutely.
What's it like?
Yeah. Tell me all about it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, inquiring minds want to know.
What's your next one?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what you would do, Max.
I want to know, Max. Yeah, you didn't answer. We all answered.
What would you do?
I would run.
You would not. Whatever.
He would.
You might pee your pants, but you would not run.
I'd be trying to actually do the same thing, asking a lot of questions, and will you go on camera? Can we interview you?
You might wet your pants a little bit, and that's it.
I mean, I'm serious. I would absolutely love that. I mean, Sarah,
Yeah.
times because you and I investigated a lot of times together. How many times have we been in a dark room, just the two of us, and we're saying, "Can you show yourself to me?" And it's just the two of us. And we're like, "Please, will you show yourself?" Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
As a matter of
And we've
fact, Chris, we did that in that house at Fletcher. We really wanted to see.
Yep.
I think everywhere
We
we
did.
go, we ask it to show itself.
Do what?
That was.
I think everywhere we go, we ask it to show itself.
Well, we do, but I'm saying
Yeah.
Sarah and I were in there. We were by ourselves, and
Like, come on, bring it.
We had some stuff going on.
We got voices that we audibly heard that we caught. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had stuff going on, and we were saying, "Show yourself," and it wouldn't do it.
So, what's the next one you have? Yo.
Chris.
I was
Yo.
typing. Where'd it go? Aha! Found it. Shadow people or shadow creatures hauntings. This is a type of haunting activity that has no real explanation. They're different from ghosts. They are usually shapeless, dark masses. Mostly seen with your peripheral vision, they are known to do things that are different from ghosts. They can move between walls. They have no human features. They wear no clothes except for the hat, man, hooded figure. Sorry, shadow creatures. People who encounter them have a feeling of dread. Clairvoyants that encounter shadow people say they do not feel they are human or consider them non-human. Shadow people have no discernible mouth, noses, or facial expression. Some are seen as child-sized, dark humanoids. Some people say they seem to be made up of dark smoke or dark steam. At times when they move, they appear to be moving on an invisible track from one place to another, such as a toy train on a small-scale railroad track. They have been seen to hop or what appears to be a strange dance. They are known to stare at the floor. Then there's two type of shadow people, are the hat man that looks like he or she is wearing a 1930s fedora hat, and the hooded figure which looks like the shadow person has a hood over their head. The hood and hat stand out as clothing, but otherwise they are not wearing any clothing at all. There are also reports of shadow animals such as a shadow in the form of a cat with no discernible mouth, nose, or eyes.
Matt, in my
Yeah.
old house, I mean, I had a shadow figure that walked by, and again, now I don't know if it was, just if it's just a shadow figure, if it was residual, and it was a shadow figure in that way, but it seemed to always take the same path, and we would see it basically every night. But when you said the cat and I said Max, is because that I also saw, and I think Sarah, I know I've told you, Chris, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
Max knows, but we saw a cat in the house as well. And at that time I had two cats, and I thought that one of them had come into the room, and I opened the bedroom door and they're both standing outside my door, but there was a cat that I had seen in my bedroom. So
and they weren't allowed in your bedroom, and I mean, you had never let them in there. So.
Yeah, because I had too much stuff. I didn't want them to.
Right. Right.
But other than that, they had free reign. But I had all that, and you guys know, every one of you have been there to the house.
Yeah.
Max lived there. I mean,
Right.
There was a lot going on in that house.
Yeah. But I've seen I don't remember which house it was, but I thought I saw it was either a cat or some kind of small animal, but it was a phantom thing. It wasn't an actual animal in the house. And I thought I saw something move low to the ground. I'm trying to remember which place that was we did. It might have been Fletcher. No,
there was
a
lot going on in
we're sitting in the kitchen.
Fletcher.
We were sitting at the kitchen table. You and I were talking, and I was like, "Did you see that?"
I do remember
anyway.
that was in Fletcher, because there was a lot going on there. Chris, at the Fletcher.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting.
Yeah, well, and Max went with us to it once or twice.
Yeah, I remember we had some stuff going on, and we let Max know. He goes, "I'll be there in like 10 minutes."
Yeah, 'cause I didn't go. I wasn't there for the first hour, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I showed up. But
Right.
no, I went every single time. We went 3 times. I went all the time.
Okay, I was gonna say after that he always came. I knew that. So
Yeah.
But there
we
was
ended up doing it
there.
Because we blessed the house and stuff like that.
Did a cleansing, everything. It was interesting.
And
Lisa and I audibly and on audio, we caught that little girl saying, "Mommy." You remember that little girl's voice?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We sure did. But I mean, and I really thought a lot of the lady of the house there that had.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Super person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Honey, anything else on shadow figures? Anybody?
I don't have anything.
If I hang out with Lisa long enough, I'm gonna see one really good.
Well, what were you saying, Chris? You were talking about them. You said hooded figures and stuff like that.
That's what.
All the shadow people, yeah.
But it said hooded figures.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a druid or something.
Like the Grim Reaper style.
Grim Reaper, yeah.
Monkey.
I didn't see them. I saw 3 of them in a dream I had.
Yeah.
That happened for 5 days straight.
Really?
What? You had the same dream every night?
Every night. The only
That's
dream
creepy.
I remember for 5 days straight. It was back in 2012.
Max, you didn't see the shadow figures at my old house?
Yeah, I did. I was just talking about
But
that.
wasn't...
I actually saw that in a dream.
I know, but were they not? Was it not hooded?
No, they were black misty figures.
Huh? Mine was that I saw was more like the hooded, kind of maybe head down type of.
The one that went by in their kitchen.
Yeah.
That one always to me was just a black solid mass that would go by. There was no shape to it.
Yeah. So which I felt like whenever he's describing the two, between the two, it was more the hood.
Well, the ones that I saw in my old room over there was